Hello, Mr. Apostle.
Hello, my dear. How are you?
I'm fantastic.
Uh-huh.
Looking good in your suit as always.
Thank you. You are beautiful.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, you look like Jesus Christ
Himself.
of Nazareth who came in the flesh.
Thank you.
Yeah?
Thank you very much.
Talk to me.
So, first of all, welcome to Ask Paps.
Thank you.
It's been a minute. It's been a minute.
Yeah.
Yes. So let's discuss something that I call love versus chemicals.
Yes.
You find that many of us, when we get into a relationship, we are very happy, we're energetic, we're doing everything at the beginning of the relationship. It's called the campaign season.
Campaign season.
So during the campaign season, you're going all out. You're giving it. You're on your best behavior. If you're in the gym, you're just doing everything that has attracted this person to you. So therefore, you just want to be on your best behavior. Then you get into a relationship or marriage, and then suddenly all those things begin to fade away, obviously.
Yeah.
Because the real you is coming to the surface.
Yeah.
Then you find people now get into a very bored and boring stage of relationships and marriages. And people are like, this guy no longer loves me, or this woman no longer loves me. They're not even excited to come home. You are not even excited to come home. You're not excited to see them. You're not doing things you used to do. So why does this happen? And then people get very bored until eventually they can either separate or they just become, the relationship becomes very lifeless. Why does this happen?
Wow. First, I must say that's a very common phenomenon. It's a common occurrence in most relationships. In fact, if you ever hear somebody saying, "Oh, I don't feel him anymore. I don't feel her anymore. He's changed. She's changed." That's really what they've gone through. And these are a group of people who are looking for a high. They're looking for a drug. Why do they look for a drug? Because of traumas of their upbringing. They were raised without love, without affirmation, without care. Maybe the parents tried their best, fed them, educated them, and all that. But the parents did not meet their emotional need for acceptance, needs for significance, need for identity, approval, security. Things that don't come through money or food. They come through communication. They come through encouragement. Yeah, just listening to you, hearing you out, sometimes saying sorry to you when I'm wrong, things like that. If one is raised in an environment where such things are not common, then they develop a hardened heart. Now, Jesus said that what brings divorce or what causes people to drift apart in relationship is hardness of heart. So a person whose heart is cauterized is a person who's gone through so much pain until they become numb. Just for self-preservation, I don't want to feel pain anymore. So I rise to the occasion, and then I think of something else. When you're busy shouting at me, or when you're busy ignoring me, I direct my attention to my child. Because you're ignoring me, so my child becomes my everything. Yeah? So I'm projecting what I ought to be receiving from the person that loves me. I project that to a child who is incapable of requiting that level of demand. So when such a person gets into a beautiful relationship, the first thing they do is they overdo things. Yeah? They are on your face. They are bombarding you with text messages and bombarding you with gifts and bombarding you with visits. They overdo it until the Bible says, do not take too much honey or you will vomit. Let your moderation be made known unto all men. The Lord is at hand. So these people don't know when to stop. They don't have a break. They're on your face. They can't let you step back to evaluate things. So when they have done that and they are spent, there's nothing left, then they want to be requited. They want to be treated the same way. Their demands keep going higher and higher. When that's not possible, then boredom checks in. It can even turn into hatred. They begin to see the smallest pimple on your face as if it was some huge mountain. They begin to see your mannerisms as irritating and putting off. Your voice is no longer sweet. You see, your persona is no longer the thing that attracts them. You're no longer their hero or heroine. Do you see? Because they were looking for a drug. The heart is so hard that no amount of care or love can satisfy them. And even if you do, they'll look for more. So this breaks relationship. What are we supposed to do to fix a situation like that? First, as God's children, we need to go to Jesus Christ. How do we go to him? Through prayer. We need to pray and say, you were wounded. A person that was acquainted with grief, the Bible says, a man of sorrows acquainted with grief. Why? He took it upon himself so that we can be delivered from it. So Jesus, I thank you that you became a substitute on the cross, so that where I was a sinner, now I'm a saint. Where I was rejected, now I'm accepted in the beloved. Where I was wounded, now I've been given beauty for ashes, joy for sorrow, a garment of praise in the place of depression or heaviness. When you make such confessions, your heart gets healed. And when your heart is healed, your demands become less when it comes to relationship. So that by just merely seeing your loved one, you are so happy. The way you become happy when you see your child.
Yeah.
You're just so happy. Oh my goodness.
They don't give you anything.
They don't give you anything.
Yeah.
If anything, sometimes they demand from
They
you.
demand more.
Yeah. So if Jesus touches your heart, your demands and your expectations become less and less. And then you accept people the way you've been accepted. You see, we can only treat people the way we are treated. We can only give people what we have. If we have pain, we'll give pain. If we have healing, we'll give healing. If you have joy, we'll give joy. So if your heart is healed, then even if your spouse or your partner is the one acting that way, you can be patient with them. Because you remember where you're coming from yourself. You see? So we need to go to Jesus. Yeah. Talking is good. But talking helps you express the pressure. But it doesn't bring the healing of a hardened, broken heart. Jesus does.
Wow.
His word does. He's a friend of the broken. He heals the broken-hearted. A heart that is broken will always break things. You'll always break relationships. You break promises. You cannot be depended on. Your heart is broken. If it is mended, you mend things. You reconcile. You're patient. Okay? You're not looking for perfection, but you can work towards it. Yeah. So that's the way.
Wow. That is such a detailed answer.
Thank you.
Could it also be because people are not looking to give, they're looking to be given? Could that also be?
That's really the very foundation of the problem. It's called selfishness, roughly put. Yeah, a selfish person wants things for themselves. They don't know how to give because they were not trained to give. Giving is a skill. It is a knowledge. It's a wisdom. Yeah, it's a sacrifice. So a person whose heart is hard doesn't know how to sacrifice. They want easy things. They want quick fixes. So this is where men meet women and they want to sleep with them the first day.
Immediately.
Yeah, that's all they see. They just want to take. They don't realize that this is a person who has needs. They need to belong. They want security. They want friendship. They want to smile. They want some things that are not necessarily physical. But a person whose heart is hard, people who are wounded, people who are traumatized, tend to be overtly sexual. You see, that does not make them immoral. It makes them needy. And when people have needs, we need to learn how to meet those needs. So first we embrace them and accept them, and then train them to start giving. You tell them, you know what? Giving compliment is also giving. Say, wow, wonderful, great job. You made the tea. It might not be the best tea, but you tried. Wow, wonderful. Thanks for the effort. Thanks for looking after me. Thanks for serving me a cup of tea. The Bible says in all things give thanks. Wow. One of the best ways to deal with selfishness, start saying thank you. Thank you for being in my life. Thank you for being my friend. I thank God that because of you, I'm not alone. Things might not be rosy, but I'm not alone.
Wow.
Do you see? Wow. So such a person gets healed merely by saying thank you and beginning to give. Give money. Send mobile money. Just for the sake of it. Yeah? And then attention. Do people realize attention is actually given? It's a gift. Pay attention to me. Attend to me.
Be preoccupied with the person you love.
Exactly. Some things that are not financial. They're not that difficult to do. But if you practice them, you become such a wonderful person. You get healed much faster. Yeah. Then you become a giver rather than a selfish person who demands to be given, but doesn't give. Yeah.
Wow. I think that really, really sorts out our question.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for that amazing answer.
You're most welcome.
We'll see you in the next video. Bye.
Bye-bye.